Hey everybody, today I'm going to bring you a mini Wi-Fi camera from the people at Fredi. They make a lot of these kinds of cameras. They are very tiny. A lot of them are used for spy cameras or security cameras. This particular one I think would work really well for an FPV camera. As you can tell, it is extremely tiny, but everything is contained in this little unit. It does have a USB charging port. It does accept a micro SD card, and then you do have an on-off switch and a mode button, and we'll go over those functions in a little bit. Opening up the rest of the box, for this particular unit we have a USB charging cable. We have a magnetic mount, probably for like a dash cam or anything really that would need a magnetic mount. I'll show you how that hooks up here in a minute as well. We also have a gator clip connector that works really well with this. It just slides in here really nice and easy, just like that, and then you've got a gator clip. And then from what I can tell, the way that this hooks on to your car mount is it just, you kind of line up the gator clips, and they line up really well, and then it's connected to that. Another thing is the gator clip does have a swivel, so you can definitely position this wherever you need or however you want. Again, like I said, kind of like a dash cam, I would imagine would be for this type of an application. Again, it's a very, very lightweight application as far as the camera goes. And then they do have a small lanyard that does feed through a lanyard hole. And then they also provide you with a micro SD to USB card reader, so you can pull the images off of this camera as well. Just like their other Wi-Fi cameras, this particular model does work with your mobile phones. All you have to do is scan in the proper code for your device, and it will download a program called Plug and Play, and it's very, very simple to set up, very easy. All you have to do is you turn on the unit. You have to wait about 30 seconds, and there is an indicator light on the back. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but there is a small indicator light here on the back. But you turn it on, you wait about 30 seconds for it to initialize its own Wi-Fi hotspot, which will be labeled Q7 for this particular model as well. And again, now we do have it, it is powered up, and I do see the blue blinking indicator saying that it is Wi-Fi. Then all you would have to do is connect your phone to this hotspot, open up their software, and then it's point and click at that point. It's really, really simple. This particular camera also does have night vision, which you control, unfortunately not through this device itself, the hardware, but through the phone app. And then the mode button is if you want to go headless. You can push it once to start, and again to stop recording if you have an SD card in here. And if you long press it, it does a factory reset. So very, very intuitive, very well thought out. And then at the end of this video, I will include a couple of small clips from this camera. It also does have a motion sensor as well as a looping record, which is really quite nice. So if you've got a smaller SD card in here, and I have tested this, it does work quite well. A smaller SD card in here anyway, and you're recording, it will record, by default I believe it's 200 meg per recording, and then it creates a new file after 200 meg and names it with a date timestamp. And once it has filled up the drive, it will overwrite the oldest recording. Technically it'll delete the oldest recording and then write a new one with the new date and timestamp in its place. And like I said, I have tested that, it does work quite well. if I had to find something wrong with this camera, personally, I had a few issues with it as far as charging goes. It doesn't seem to hold as long of a battery life as I'd like. That being said, I have been able to, I know other people said that you can't, but I have been able to plug this in and then use it as a wired camera as well, which worked fairly well for me as well. Maybe not ideal. My ideal situation would be to clip this, say, to a hat or to a shirt and use it as, again, an FPV kind of a camera for these types of videos. And I think it'll excel quite well at that. It's much smaller form factor than an action cam, so I think it'll be really easy to use in that respect. But you do want to be careful because it does not have the ruggedness necessarily of some of the action cams. It doesn't have a, it is not waterproof that I can tell. But all in all, it's another really, really nice, very tiny camera from the people over at Fredi, and I would definitely recommend this for anyone who wants something that is a first-person view, or even be able to tuck this up away, say, in an office to keep an eye on things. Definitely a really nice, really inexpensive way to be able to do that.